Oh, it rained this morning, which was kind of a surprise for me. I didn't know it was going to rain. So, I'm a little later today getting out here. I've had conflicts all week. It's like, uh, I think I need to retire from my retirement. Um, Too much busy stuff going on. So, it's cooler with the breeze. It is supposed to warm up today quite a bit. Uh, hi, hi, Kelly. How are you? When are you and Julie meeting up? That would be so exciting. It's so exciting to meet people from YouTube. For some reason, I don't really know what uh, the attraction to that is. I've met 4 creators. Hi, Cheryl. How are you doing? I got on here a little late. I had plumber. So yes, so much fun. We got together twice. So you did that yesterday. That's and you know, gosh, um, it's like you know them because you do know them. You get to know them through their videos, and I'm gonna meet Cheryl someday because I have a friend that lives in the same town where she lives, and I'm sure I will go visit her yesterday and Tuesday. Great, that's great. So you make videos. I know that I'm at making my own lane, which was a surprise because she was coming across south and she stayed in a campground that was about an hour from here. But we met um, in stockyards. So um, it was in Fort Worth. We were talking about it. I was on part of Boomer's Live last night. What's up, Boomer? Phil. And he said something about me being from Texas. They wanted to know where. And they asked me, Fort Worth or Dallas. And I said Fort Worth. And they got to talking about the cows and stuff. And yeah, they do. They drive longhorn cattle down the street every day at the same time. And I have videos of that in that video where I met up with Nancy. And it was pretty cool. That's where she wanted to go. She wanted to go to the stockyards. And I said, how about I meet you there and I can be your guide? And she was so grateful because she said, I would have not went and looked at Billy Bob's, which is the world's largest honky tonk. What a thing to have, you know, the world's largest honky tonk. And what's really cool about that is my older son, who plays a steel pedal guitar, played there. And he used to play with Caitlin Butts. And you can look up her videos on YouTube, and it's live in Nashville. And he was playing with her at that time, and there's a lot of footage of him playing. Hi, Kristen. What you up to this morning? I'm out here drinking my coffee out of my special coffee cup. This belonged to my best friend Jeanette, and it says "Keep it simple" on the inside. Keep it simple. It reminds me to do that. And it's been a year ago today that I lost my friend Jeanette. She battled cancer, and she put up a good fight. But that's it's a great cup, Kristen. This one and the one you made me are probably my favorites. Um, so you got to make me a new one. My logo's old and it's about wore off. So um, Kelly saying hi to you, Kristen. I don't know if you know Kelly. She's part of our little community, and she's a teacher. Go figure, teacher, deli tag. Duh. So anyway, I'm just, you know, trying to remember the good times we had. And she was a hoot. We had a lot of fun together. So I'm a little later getting on here because I had a plumber. I had our sink was clogged a few months ago, and they came out and they told me I had a leak. And they told me it was in the trap, that the pipe was cracked, need to be replaced. And so I have home warranty. So I decided to call them out, and the plumber came today, and that's not what was wrong. There was a bolt that needed to be tightened up next to the sink, that when, you know, how you, um, it didn't leak all the time. It was like periodically, kind of a chronic leak. And he said the only time it leaks is whenever you fill your sink up and then when you drain it. And that's the only time it leaked. So I was like, okay, well, it's fixed. Now I can put all that stuff back up under my sink because it's sat on in my back area. I have a work area, sew machine, and then I have a work area. And that's, you know, I have stuff that's in tubs under the sink. And so I can put it back now. Hello, Charlene. Welcome in. I don't know that I know you. And then um, I'm going to try to pronounce your name. Tirasum. I'm good, Charlene. How are you? Where are you from? I live in Texas, and it's a overcast, cooler morning. I don't know. It's probably, what is it? It's 83 degrees. But what it's been being here is, Charlene, I'm good. I'm from Canada, in Alberta. Yeah, isn't that where Pam lives, in Alberta? Yeah. Oh, you've seen me on Kat's channel? Welcome in. Thank you, Atir. Um, well, it's Fridays. I don't work, and so I've been catching up around here. And love your hairstyle, by the way. So good. Thanks. This is Nat El Naturel. Uh, oh, Charlene, so you do look very nice today. Thanks. I didn't do anything to my hair because plumber was coming, and didn't want to go get groceries later. And I thought, well, I can hop on here and do a live. I have a video I'm going to put out, a little short video about friends and about my friend Jeanette. Um, I don't know. You know, you see all these videos about, I don't need friends. Well, that's not me. I need my friends. So, I know that's Dinah. She's my younger dog. She likes to hang out there. There's lizards in the tree. She likes to sniff them out. And, but she's a good dog. And then I have a little dog, and he's a mess. He's old. He's 16. She's 3. He's 16. And they play together, even though their sizes are. Uh, Kelly says, I think people have had bad experiences with friends and then say that. Hi, Miss Sam. Well, I've had some bad experiences with friends. And, you know, I just, and a lot of it was, um, I think the friends I picked, you know, um, and I've learned to not throw friends away. A lot of it was I would throw friends away because they would hurt me, and I've hurt my friends, and we've been able to sit down and talk about it. So, you know, a lot of it is communication with your friends. So you've picked some bad friends. picked some good friends too, though, Kristen. So Miss M said, "Hey, Cheryl, I'm doing okay. We're glad you're doing okay, Miss M. A little dog too. Yeah, did my little dog pass through? Yeah, it's the little dog and the big dog. So they're my sidekicks. They they both have beds in my office, and when I'm in there working, seeing clients and stuff, they'll get in their beds. So they're my therapy dogs. They don't make an appearance, but they're in there. So, oh, I think it's kind of cool. You have a dog too, and you love animals. I do. Dogs love me too. I mean, they just, I don't know, they just do. What was it? Where were we the other day? We were around a dog, and the dog comes up and sniffs me and licks my hand, and then he's barking at um, whoever was with me. I can't remember squad anymore. You have two dogs, Miss M. You have a cat too. Let's see, what's your cat's name? It's a tuxedo cat, right? No, I don't dress my dog up. I did that when I was a little girl. Says dogs can sense good people. Kristen said, my dog won't stop humping people. Yeah, she's done that to me before. Lily. Cheryl said, I think we have a lot of acquaintances, but only a few good friends. That's true. That's true. I've heard it described that, it's like a bullseye, and in the core, you have um, those really good, trustworthy friends, and then you have friends, and then you have acquaintances, and then, so on. I have a tuxedo cat too. He is the boss of the animals. LOL. Yeah, yeah. So, um, and I don't know. Good friends are so important, and I have some that I've had. Talk about that in my video. Um, One of them, I got to thinking about that. I said, almost, you know, 39 years, 38, 39. I think it's been 40. Your dog's afraid of your cat, Miss M. Yeah, I think sometimes my big dog's afraid of my little dog. Um, so, um, hope you feel better. Is that? Oh, I have not had time, Joshua, to go look at that. I, uh, I haven't had time. I don't, it's been a crazy week. I worked, had full days. I work, um, 2.5 days in a counseling office outside the home. Um, and then I don't know. I got home late last night. By the time we got something to eat, and then sit outside here a little bit, talk with my husband. It's time to go to bed. So, hello, Julie. I missed your thing this morning because I had the plumber showed up here just a little bit after 8 o'clock. So I'm like out of the loop. I got on here late. I didn't really think I was going to get to do a live, but he was finished and gone, and so I thought, okay, I'll do my live. It's a little late. I like to get on Dr. Ninja Turtles uh, fire with Dr. Ninja Turtle. I like to kind of join his live um, in the morning. So Josh said, when you look up Everland, it is something to look at, Rhonda. I've got it written down, and I will do that today. I'm off today. Like I said, I had the plumber. He left, and I got set up to do this. And um, it's supposed to flood tomorrow, Charlene. She said it's a beautiful sunny day today. Then we get flooding tomorrow. So you have rain coming in. It's supposed to be hot here. It showered this morning, just a nice shower. It's supposed to be 98, so it will be like a sauna for sure. And it's coming as crazy. Oh, it's bipolar weather season. That's funny, Kristen. Oh my gosh. Oh, is Swantails here? Hi, Swan. Did Swantails come in? I didn't see her. Anyway, um, but it's just supposed to be really, really hot. Um, over 100 tomorrow and Sunday. In the 90s, Miss M. And that's warm for y'all. I mean, for us, 90 degrees is kind of pleasant. Joshua said, I'm guessing when Kristen looked up the Everland theme park, she said it looked like a cartoon. I wonder why. Because it was kind of whimsical in the colors. Uh, so Julie's saying, oh, Miss M, that's warm. Bipolar weather indeed, M said. Oh, Kristen saying hello to Charlene. Oh my God, that's crazy. I'm in the 90s. It is. Um, oh, I've seen it. I've lived here a long time. I've seen it get to 118 degrees here. And that is hot. But it's dry heat. And what we've had lately is this humidity heat. So, welcome in, Miss Swantails. How are you? So, it's it just the humidity just makes it like you walk outside and you get hit with a wet blanket. Usually it's you walk outside and it's like opening the oven door. But with that humidity, Julie Jordan Scott, Fort Worth is a hoot. You've been, yeah, if you hear me talking about Fort Worth. Josh was asking you, Christian, what did you see all around it? So, Catherine, back. Happy Friday, everyone. Hello, hello. How are you this fine morning? Charlene said 1 month of summer, fall and August. Yes, Charlene says snow usually around September to October. I know I have a friend that lives in around London, Ontario, and we Marco Polo all the time, and I keep up with her weather, when it's so. Kristen said, Joshua, it was just all the colors and the trees and decorations. Charlene said, guess what, everyone? Halloween is coming close. Woohoo! It is. As fast as time goes, it Halloween will be here before we know it. Uh, uh. Oh yeah, my coffee cup. It has the chicken on one side and the rooster on the other. I need to have a good lunch in case I need to get initiated into the hospital. I hope you feel better. What are they going to do about your gallbladder, Miss M? So, um, Miss M, bring a snack and a water bottle. Isn't that true? Yeah. Catherine said, y'all please pray for a parking place at the museum today so I can record part 2. All right. I'll just thank God Catherine got a parking place at the museum. A good parking place. Miss Sim said, I don't know. It's a waiting game right now. Yeah, yeah. I remember some gallbladder attacks. It was horrible. And then I had my gallbladder taken out. So, woo, part 2. Catherine said, thanks, Rhonda. Swan tells, happy Friday. My neighbor's kid is asking my help to finish her homework. Oh wow, I don't know that I could do the homework. The kids do. I could barely do the homework. My kids brought home and helped with that. And I was in college with the. I remember being in college doing algebra, remedial algebra, and my child that was in uh, ninth grade was doing the same algebra. So okay, Catherine said, Charlene of my Crystal Bridges tour. Catherine, I'm going to sub. That's great. That's great. Josh said, Who is Charlene, by the way? Charlene is new to me. She's been, I guess, in other communities. She apparently has a channel and she lives in Canada. Catherine's Rhonda's backyard is so pretty. Yes, there's not a lot of, I don't have landscaping or anything, but it is very green. And I'm sitting on my, I call it my back porch. Can you tell I'm southern? It's a patio, and this is facing out into my yard. That's my neighbor's storage barn. Storage shed looks like a barn. And I've had a lot of people comment about the barn that's behind my yard. So um, they were running trains this morning, so I thought maybe there might be a cameo in my life of a train. They run right in my backyard over here. This area here, they right through there is a train track, and trains run through here all the time. The barn makes it look so country. Yeah, I live out in the country. I really don't. I live right in the middle of a uh, housing neighborhood. It is very serene and calm out here. It's a safe neighborhood. Charlene, Catherine, I can't find you. So Swan tells maybe Kelly teacher can help her where she is. Julie said, Cheryl, I didn't know you grew up in Austin. How interesting. Huh. I miss Texas too, but not enough to move back. We do love Arkansas. Yeah, I lived in Arkansas for um, 2 years. Lived in Jacksonville. My first husband was stationed at Little Rock Air Force Base. But we traveled we had friends that were from Rogers, and we would go visit them and go to the lake. And Catherine, Charlene, Catherine's fabulous 60s and beyond. Cheryl said, right, Catherine, me too. Well, Cheryl lives in Florida. She lives in the same town as my friend Judy. Talk about her, my oldest friend, 40 years. Found it. Yay. Hi, Mike. How are you today? You at work? Off to work. Off to work. I'm not working today, so not technically. So I visited Arkansas twice. Always enjoyed. Arkansas is absolutely beautiful. Catherine Roger has never going too fast. Has never been to Hot Springs. We may do a quick weekend trip with Hazel. Hot Springs is great. We used to go camp at Lake Washita. Even when we moved here, we would go back for our week-long vacation and camp at Lake Washita. But there's Lake Washita, Lake Catherine, Lake Hamilton. There's so much to see. Hot Springs is really, really cool. It's a great place to visit. Soon, next month maybe. Yeah. Uh, Saying hello to Mike, Julie, Jordan, Scott. Mike is in the house. Good morning, Mike. There is a boat ride in Everland, Rhonda. It's called Global Village. I think it's related to It's a Small World. That's cool. There was water in that picture, like a riverway or something that ran through there. Like I said, I am hanging in and always trying to keep a positive attitude. Yes, yeah, might as well. Might as well keep a positive attitude. It's all a mindset, you know. Um, and it takes work sometimes, Mike. Hi, Philip. How are you doing? You doing okay? Welcome in. Glad you're here. I'm just chilling on my back porch. So, talking about good friends, which look, got some friends on here today. Catherine, Mike, positive attitude makes a big difference in several ways. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't do any good to have a negative attitude. Joshua said, I bet Catherine has never heard of that theme park, Rhonda. Probably not. Swan tells, Oklahoma is best to nature lovers. Well, I'm originally from Oklahoma, about 73 miles north of here. Um, so it's in the middle of the night here, just woke up. You woke up, checked your phone, found out I was live, so you hopped on here to say hello. And I appreciate that, Philip. So I hope you can go back to sleep. So Catherine said, no, I haven't, Joshua. So, yeah, there's a lot of, there's beauty everywhere. Hi, Dana. How are you today? You working hard? Your cookies are just, they look so delicious. Every time I see them, I think, oh, wow. We need to get Julie to 1K subscribers. We sure do. She is getting close. Close, close. Uh, I am getting real close to that first milestone of the 3,000 watch time hours. I'm close, about 100. It's colorful. It is colorful, Joshua. Cheryl saying hello to Philip. Mike saying hello to Philip. Catherine said share Julie's some on Facebook. Yes, yes. I need to do a post and share about her. I think her journaling, such a great idea. I may steal it, but not do journaling. I think I've been wanting to do a series about manifesting and what my slant on manifesting and to uh, use scripture about how all that stuff is it's really rooted in scripture. I predict Julie will get to 1,000 before the end of this year. Oh, I think she'll get to 1,000 before the end of July. So Philip says, I have a bottle of cranberry juice next to my bed. I'm drinking it, but it's a bit warm. LOL. Yeah, cranberry juice is good for you. So, um, I don't drink a lot of juice. So even better, Rhonda. Yeah, I really got into manifesting, and the more I studied about manifesting, I was thinking, well, these laws of the universe, I can back every bit of this up with scripture, and a lot of people really focus on um, the law of attraction, and that's like the fifth or sixth law in the list. And I think about the law of attraction. I think of Matthew 11:24. You know, ask for these things and believe that it's already happened. Hmm, that sounds like manifesting to me. So, uh, I thought about doing a live series about that. I did a webinar a few years ago, about 2 years ago, and I was going to put it on YouTube, but one of the ladies that was in the webinar didn't want me to do that, so I didn't do it. But it's got some good stuff in it. But so Cheryl wants you to put some ice in your cranberry juice, Philip. Yeah. So I had bananas next to my bed as well. So is this a common thing that you wake up, so you drink your cranberry juice, eat your bananas, and go back to sleep? Swan tells you talking like a teacher. I am a teacher. It's part of my job description to educate. And I did group for 5 years. I did group every day, 3 times a day, 3, 4 times a day, and taught. And so we need to submit our request to God in prayer. We do, believing that it's already happened, Cheryl. But the next verse has, people talk about they try to manifest and it's blocked. Well, there's, I have to show y'all this. Where is she? There she is. She is rolling in the grass. Oh, she quit. She was rolling in the grass. Hey, Donna. She was on her back, rolling in the grass. So I eat at least 4 bananas a day, and my cranberry juice is sugar free. I don't eat any meat or processed food. That's good. Thanks, Miss M. Rhonda is a great teacher. Thank you, Miss M. Happy dog. He is. Dana, that sounds delicious. Well, yeah, I try not to eat too many processed foods, but I'll tell you, it's been so crazy. This last month has just gone by so fast. I just, I don't know. And like I said, um, crazy schedule. It's just been a crazy schedule. Um, and, some of y'all know that I've gone through a tough time with my husband, and he's so much better, and our schedules have kind of changed. So I would think, I don't know if y'all have seen Dana's cookies, but they just look so good. And now I don't bake much because it's, sugar. I got some peaches at my sister-in-law bought a flat of peaches, and she didn't want all of them, so I wanted half of them. So we split the flat and brought them home, and we made peach cobbler. I hadn't made peach cobbler in a long time, so I froze the rest of them. I cut them up and I froze them. So, Dana, is there a peach cookie? And probably, I'm a good cook, but probably the best, I mean, I could bake. Um, and I have some great recipes for different things. You love it when the peach truck comes to town. She bought 3 flats of blackberries, and she was still washing them and drying them and freezing them when we left. I thought, is she gonna ever get those things done? But she does a lot of that. Catherine said, Dana, do you bake anything that is gluten free? So, have you tried that? Gluten free baking is hard. My sister that I'm talking about she has celiac, so we've learned to all the recipes we cook for like Thanksgiving and Christmas and stuff. We have managed to change those into gluten free recipes. Like I make cornbread dressing gluten free. So I saw that, Philip. I saw that. Um, that was pretty cool. And she made those Sally Sunrise bars. I haven't, sadly. I can do egg free, butter free. Cool, Dana. Let me see. I've lived closer to Dana. If I lived closer to Dana, I would buy some cookies. Yeah, yeah. Catherine said we bought Gerdelli gluten-free brownies. They are delicious. Wow. I um I try to limit gluten, um, but it's mainly sugar, preservatives, that sort of thing. So if you want to cut out the preservatives, you have to make homemade stuff. And that sort of thing. So it's hard. But those two things affect my inflammation the most: preservatives and sugar. And so, um, and of course, I have to limit carbs because they go to sugar or sugary type fruits, the berries, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, cherries. I love cherries, so I'll eat some cherries. Philip said, I love making spinach pancakes. And Kristen said, don't do that to the pancakes. Miss M said, we had family members come over for dinner, and the son has gluten allergy. We had to be very careful. You do have to be very careful. You know, with my sister in law, we make guacamole, and then we take a bucket or bowl for her, and she separates out what she wants and she puts it aside because the wrong chip or the wrong thing dipped in the guacamole and she's contaminated. So we all right, here's my dog again. I don't know if I can get her. Nope, she's quit. She's just rolling and lolling around in the grass. And of course, the sun has come out and she loves basking in the sun. Now, the little one, he's over here on the concrete. Where is he? He's right there, sleeping. And he snores. He snores really bad. And so, um, luckily, there was gluten-free brownie mix. We made that for him. That's great. There are gluten-free chips. Yes, but, um, and, you know, it's funny, they'll put gluten-free on something. Cheryl said, yes, so many people have inflammation in their body. I do keto, carnivore, and rebounding, and keeps the inflammation down. I want to get a rebounder. Maybe some, I could get what's it called, an affiliate thing where I get a free rebounder, Cheryl. Oh, there are good gluten-free chips. Yes, and Fritos and corn chips, not corn, tortilla chips, and all of those, they're all gluten-free. Scooter, yeah, he's sleeping over there. He's laying on the cool concrete. She's out there rolling in the grass. He's over here laying on the cool concrete. Catherine said, Cheryl, yes, I tried to get back on keto and intermittent fasting. It was wonderful for me. Yes, I kind of stick to keto. I have done straight carnivore. I did it for 30 days. It was great. It was easy. It was so easy, was the thing with carnivore. But I just, I don't know. And maybe it's my mindset about it or something that I just didn't feel as healthy. And I know people say it is, but there was some things. And intermittent fasting, I always do that. Drink black coffee. I usually don't break my fast till about 12 o'clock, 11:30, 12. I eat when I get hungry. And so that's kind of not a new concept for me, but it works for me. And I try not to eat really late, but our life has been like we've ate late. We ate late last night. It was about 7 or 7:30, which is late for us. And really, and a lot of times on the weekends, we'll eat early, like 3, and then I'll have yogurt and blueberries and walnuts as a snack. So, but I've done the intermittent fasting for several years now. The best that I ever felt healthy wise and everything is when I did that. Um, I went on a 10-day detox and then did that diet by Mark Harmon. He's a doctor and he wrote the book 10-day detox, and it's really good to lower your cholesterol blood sugar. It lowered my blood pressure. I did it diligently for 6 months. Um, yes, I do. I freeze my blueberries too, Kristen. So I but that. Hi, Leanne. How are you? Welcome in. It's a great Friday morning. So, but I was working on doing maybe a series on that, or do the 10-day detox and and everything like that. So, but I don't know. It's like my life is just, and right now it's easier to do lives. Philip says, I love eating frozen grapes. Joshua said, you should check out my community post, Catherine. Miss M said, I either skip breakfast and eat lunch and dinner, or vice versa, and breakfast and skip lunch and eat dinner. Yeah, yeah. Leanne said, I'm great, Rhonda. How are you doing? I'm doing good today. I am out here a little later for my lives. The plumber came and he left early, and I thought, oh, I can still do a live. So I hopped out here and started a live and just been talking. It's been a kind of a celebratory, I would say. That's the way I'm going to look at it. See, Mike, it's a mindset. Um, my one of my best friends died a year ago today, and just celebrating her and the great friendship we had. And this was her coffee cup, and it says, "Keep it simple." So, um, they're saying hi to Catherine. Dana said, "I normally only eat once or twice." Yeah, the solo retired life says, "Loving your curly hair from a straight hair gal." Yeah, my hair is it's wavy and has a lot of body. So Josh said, I'm interested in a South Korean theme park called Everland. Dana, do you ever heard of it? Catherine said, I'm sorry, so sorry, Rhonda. Yeah, um, it. The sad part about it was she was 57 years old. She had cancer, and she fought a good fight. And the cool part I think about it was she knew she was dying, and we had some very vulnerable, very open conversations about that. And to be able to um, actually walk through that and know that, I went through that with my first husband. He was my ex-husband, but he died of cancer, and he was 47 years old. And we had so much uh, ick uh, to be able to put all that to rest and to know that all of that is, I don't know. Um, she was such a great lady, so fun. I made a video. I'm gonna put out. I wanted to do this live. I'm gonna post my video after this live, and so thank you, Leanne. Dana said, "Okay, on my lunch break, going to walk my puppy." All right, you go walk that puppy. You need to put that puppy um in your videos. See how big he's getting. Hello, living my best life. Welcome in. How are you? Philip said, I grew up with chickens in the backyard. We had a beautiful colored rooster like the one on your cup. Yes, I had a friend that I lived with years ago. I decided I didn't want to live here, so I moved to Austin, Texas, and I lived there 6 months and moved back. And I had rented my house out, so I couldn't move back in my house. I lived with this friend for a couple of months. She had chickens, and she decided since I was there and I could take care of the chickens, she would go in the truck with her husband. and he was a truck driver. And so they left for a month, and I was there with the chickens. And I laugh now. I was, they would, it would rain and they would get out in the bar ditch, and I was afraid they'd get run over. So I'd get out there and be trying to, I would call chickens. That is crazy. You cannot call chickens, they do not come. And she had a little banny rooster, and things were going really well. And I got up one morning and I opened the blinds out into the back, and there were chicken feathers everywhere, and I freaked out. And I called her daughter-in-law. She said if I needed anything or with help with the chickens to call her. I called her and I said, I think something got the chickens. And she come out. She said it's probably a mountain lion, but it did. And of course, about half of them, it looked like all of them, and it got the banny rooster. And I was like, I was bummed out about them chickens. So, Josh said, do you think parks are very pretty, Catherine? Um, Living my best life says hi to Catherine. What's your first name? What's your name? Living my best life. Oh, Philip said, I hate cancer with a passion. It takes people from you. It does. It does. So, Cheryl said, hi, Echo. Is that living my best life? Is that her name, Echo? She's saying, hi, Cheryl. So it must be your name. Hi, Echo. Oh, Miss M says, hey, Philip, Catherine. I disappear. Honda person came, got me about my car. You have a Honda? I have a Honda. I love my Honda. Joshua said, who is that lady you're talking about, Rhonda? I never heard of her yet. Uh, living, living my best life. Her name is Echo, and she's in the chat. Is that who you're talking about? Kristen's laughing. Philip laughing about my chickens. Yes, I didn't know nothing about no chickens, and it was funny. I was at the salon, and I would tell them, put your, don't throw your food scraps away. Put them in here, and we'll take them to the chickens. Oh, it was so funny. Um, so all right, your name is Echo. Echo is a pretty name. I have another friend named Echo too. So thank you, Miss M. Echo won the rebounder on my channel. Oh, Cheryl. Oh, well, I should be mad at her because I wanted the rebounder. How do you like it, Echo? uh, my friend who passed away, her name was Jeanette Joshua, and she was a great friend. And we just did a lot of stuff together, kind of like Kristen and I on here. Kristen's one of my best friends that gets on here, and we have gotten into some stuff. We have some stories, and they're not all happy times because Kristen's been through a lot, but um, you know, we laugh about some of that now. And but we have, man, the miles we have ridden in a car together or on motorcycles together, you know, uh, stuff we've been through in our life. I know we do, Miss M. I keep telling her my life's so crazy right now. I want to go over to her house and do a live, and we could. And it's funny. I could do a live. We could set up both our phones. I could do a live on my phone, and she could do a live on her phone, and we do it together. uh, Everland is similar to Disneyland. Was real different, not as commercialized, more. I don't know. It looks so whimsical, Joshua. I don't know how else to describe it, with the color mixtures and all of that. Philip said, my friend from church was only 32 and he died of cancer. We all prayed so hard, but she's still dead. I know, Philip, we prayed. But you know, this friend of mine and I, we talked. Uh, you don't know why. And I know some people are healed, but she had the type of cancer that was not healable. It was in the perineal lining of her abdomen. And the doctor told her that a lot of people do chemo and it goes away and they can live up to 10 years. And she only lived 3. And we prayed. But you know, I had another friend that died years ago, and she said, you know, I wanted to be healed. And she said, I have been. And she still had cancer. So she was talking about a different healing. Kristen said, you're one of my best friends. I love you so much. I love you too, Kristen. We got to get together. So, do you think Everland is similar to Disneyland? That's what I was talking about. It looked unreal. It did. It was just kind of like, all right. I don't know if y'all know Inside Out, but that's it. You know, kind of reminded me of Inside Out with the, you know, they had the houses and the colors and the all of that. So it is a real place in South Korea, Kristen. Jeanette fought so very hard. She really did. She did. She did some trials. One of them was working really, really well. We used to talk about envisioning Pac Man. She'd do a trial and we would envision Pac Man was eating the cancer, you know. And that's oh, Miss M, that sounds wonderful. Chicken Alfredo flatbread is delicious. I recommend it if anyone likes chicken Alfredo. Where do you get it? How do you make it? Tell me about it, Miss M. That sounds really, really good. I love chicken Alfredo. Matter of fact, I'm probably gonna get stuff to do chicken Alfredo because I'm going to the store. So, um, wow, I've been on here almost an hour. My dad's restaurant. Well, that doesn't help me, Miss M. I can't go to Indiana. I can barely make it to Kristen's house. She just lives over there. It does sound delicious, Kristen. We're going to have to research that. Who is Jeanette, Rhonda? Jeanette was my one of my very best friends. I have a lot of best friends, and we did a lot of stuff together. We were on the same committee for a ladies' retreat. We just did all kinds of stuff together. And she got cancer about 3 years ago, and she fought the good fight. And I miss her. I miss her a lot. And so it, yeah, it's been hard. I need to call her husband today. I was, you know, her whole family. Um, I was close to her whole family and all of that. And let me see. Okay, road trip. Kristen said, "Yeah, I need to. What is it? A couple of miles over your house." Miss M said, "I know, Rhonda. I want to know how to make it." Miss M. Philip said, I became vegan by accident. I got food poisoning from some meat, and then I could just never go back to it. It's a version. Yeah, yeah. It's kind of like me and citronella. I was pregnant with my younger son, and my mother-in-law we were camping, and she heard about this citronella. She had citronella everywhere, and it made me sick. And I cannot do citronella. Miss M. Oh, wow, Philip, I would become vegan after that. All right, getting a call. Thank you, Kelly. It's, you know, I've lost 8 months before that, lost another friend. Wasn't as close to her. Her and Jeanette were pretty close, but we hung out together. I put a picture of the 3 of us in the video and then a picture of Jeanette. So, when Rhonda Googled it up, Everland Teacher Kelly, she was blown away what it looked like. It's really pretty cool, Miss M. You get some flatbread, homemade, Alfredo sauce, and grilled chicken. The flatbread counts as the noodles, okay? And then, what what do you do with that? Do you take the flatbread and then you put the Alfredo sauce and the grilled chicken? Do you put it in or you just eat it like that instead of putting it on noodles? Inquiring minds want to know. I'm not the only one that wants to know, Em. Everyone wants to know in here. Kathleen came up on my Facebook memories the other day. Yes. Yeah. Um, and that was the shocker. She wasn't sick or anything. She had a heart attack, and was gone. She died 1 week after my mother did. And it was like, um, because my mom died, um, and then a week later, Kathleen died. And Kathleen's death just kind of got under the rug. I don't know. And I think some of my grief that I felt last year for Jeanette got tied up in that, and then it hadn't been that long since my mom died, and so you eat like that, not noodles. Okay, all right, but you can add noodles if you wanted to. I don't know. That sounds pretty good. I have to try it. So he serves that in his restaurant, Miss M. Wow, that's cool. I'm gonna have to try that. So because if I eat carbs, I try to eat them early in the day or in the middle of the day, earlier in the day and not in the evening because they'll spike your blood sugar. But you can, because of activity and you can take a 10-minute walk. You can also, well, I know noodles or pasta or rice, you can cook it and put it in the refrigerator for 24 hours, and it makes it in from a simple carb to a complex carb, which is better. And so if I cook um, pasta, all right, I keep getting calls. It's about the plumber. Yep, a new summer menu, but you can add noodles if you want to. Love Vegemite on toast. I've heard of that, Philip. Is that a thing for Australia, that Vegemite? But you can put noodles in the freezer, and then you can just pull them out and use them. And that makes them, more of a complex carb. There's tricks in it that a complex carb will not spike your sugar like a simple carb, like potato chips. And guess what? Salty or sweet? I'm going to pick the salty every time. Chips, pretzels, popcorn. Mm. So it's really, hard, but I don't completely from that stuff. Um, I eat it in moderation at times, just like ice cream. There are times that ice cream, anything sweet, ice cream's my favorite. I ate some ice cream last week, knew I was going to pay for it, and I did, but I ate it. Hadn't had any sense, even though there's a whole bucket in the freezer, because of the effects of it. Anyway, I've been on here an hour. I've got to call back about uh, my home warranty, about the plumbing that was done. Hi, Gary. How are you? I was just fixing to get off of here, and you show up. I know how you are. You try to talk me into staying on. What's been going on? My life has been crazy. Ah, I've heard about Vegemite, Philip, and I know it's an Australian thing, and other people have said it's an acquired taste, so that means it's funky. Gary said, I noticed. Christian said, bye, y'all. Work, work, work. I know. Are you working? Oh, I've been working and I've been, our schedule has changed. My husband just went back to work. He's been home. I'm hoping that that will help with me getting a little more um, structure in my life. And I've been working a lot, uh, maybe a little more than usual. So, but you're working now. I still need to call you. Um, my watch hours are they're gradually creeping up, and I'm hoping to hit that first milestone. I'm trying to do that, and bye, Miss M. Bye, Philip. Blessing her. It's been great. Love you, Rhonda. Love you too, Philip. You get back to sleep, get some rest, eat that banana, go to sleep. But yeah. Um, so I'm keeping up the live streams. I think I'm going to change my Wednesday night live stream and just, I mean, these do better. Um, and so I may do live streams Monday and Fridays right now and try to add one. Um, I'm going to do one Sunday. I've been on YouTube 3 years, and I'm going to do a live stream on Sunday. And I also been working on a video that has bloopers in it from the years. I need to go through some of my videos and find some more. I have one that the dogs just went ballistic, and another one where um, they were wrestling under the table, and I'm like, and I don't know. It's a lot of footage to go through to find the bloopers. So uh, I'm gonna keep up the live streams. Less competition can help. Yeah. Uh, Cheryl said that's a good idea about changing your live Wednesday night. There are too many idiots. There are. And I thought about it, when a lot of my community that were regulars hooked up with Scott and Lori and some of those, and they moved over. It is all about the timing, but um, my two lives that I do on Monday and Friday, I try to do them between 9:15 and 9:30. These do better than the one on Wednesday night. So do both. Well, Wednesday nights, I work on Wednesday nights. I work on Wednesdays, and on one Wednesday, I don't get home till 6:15, and then I got to go right in and do the live every other week. And so, with the conflicts and all of that, I just it's time. It's time to change my live stream. So I need to do some community post and get back into YouTubing because with my husband being off and home, yeah, I've been throwed off, Gary. There's definitely an opportunity during the day. Yeah, there is. And so I kind of like this time. I don't know. Just have to wait and see. And so with that, I'm going to get off of here. And I got to follow up with those two phone calls, something about the plumbing. My warranty's probably not going to cover it, but I figured that um, when the plumber left because it wasn't as severe as a plumbing problem as I thought. So anyway, I hope y'all have a great weekend, and I don't know what time on Sunday, but I'm going to do a live Sunday. That's 3 years on YouTube.